Good morning, Bradley Bear Cubs. My name is Mrs. Midlash. This is kitchen in my house, so it means it's time for cooking with Bradley Bear. Today we are making homemade pizza. We will be making pizza dough from scratch, pizza sauce from scratch. We will be grating cheese. In my family, my kids, the most love pizza with ham and cheese. So we will also add some ham and salami to our pizza. We really like thin crust, so we will be rolling dough very thinly. If you like it thicker, feel free to do it whatever you like, however you like. Please join us in making perfect pizza. This is the recipe for our homemade pizza dough. Feel free to write it down and use it when you're gonna bake pizza. We are starting with adding warm water to the bowl of standing mixer. Then we will add 2 teaspoons of regular granulated sugar and a whole packet of yeast. Then we will mix it well and we will let it rest for 5 minutes until we see little bubbling forming on top of the yeast mixture. It means that yeast has started to work. Now it's time to add 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour. We will also add 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Then we will get our mixer going. You don't have to use a mixer to make pizza dough. We just think it's more funny and we love looking at the hook attachment to knead our pizza dough at the beginning. Eventually we will have to take it out and knead it on the surface anyway because pizza dough is very thick. When you see that your mixer is not handling anymore with dough, take it on the surface and let your kids play with it. Kneading the dough is a very sensory task. The dough is smooth, not very sticky. Kids love kneading the dough. Michał is 2 years older than Clara, so you see how professionally he is kneading the dough, how much strength and effort he puts into this work. Dough should be kneaded for about 5 minutes. My kids didn't have enough strength to do it, so I finished kneading the dough. It has to be elastic, that when you press the finished dough, it bounces back slightly. When it's done, take your dough, put it back into the bowl, pour some olive oil on it and rub it around and also around the bowl itself. Then cover it with clean cloth and leave it in a warm spot for around an hour to 90 minutes until it doubles its size. I always put my dough in the oven and leave it there with the light on. I do not turn the oven, I just turn the light and leave it for an hour. When pizza dough is resting in the oven, time to make pizza sauce. First, we will add a tablespoon of olive oil to the pan and heat it up. Then I will crush garlic into it and cook it for about 3 to 4 minutes. After that, I'm adding a can of tomato sauce. I'm using unsalted tomato sauce because I can always add salt to my taste. Then, what is very important, when you're adding any dried herbs, just rub them in between your palms to release as many aromatics as you can. Then, just add salt and pepper to taste. Cook your pizza sauce for about 10 to 15 minutes and then just cool it down and have it ready to use it on your pizza. Our pizza dough rested in the oven for 70 minutes and it definitely doubled its size. Now it's time to take it out, punch it down and put it on the flour surface. We cut our pizza into quarters. Clara and Michał have 1 quarter each and they will make now their own personal pizzas. The rest we will put into freezer bags and we will freeze it for later. You can roll your dough to your liking. As I told you, we really like thin crust, so we're working hard on rolling the pizza dough as thin as we can. Now it's time to put some cornmeal onto the pan that you're gonna bake your pizza on. It will make the crust crunchy and not stick to the pan. After Michał will shape his dough, we will cover it with a cloth and we will leave it for another 5 minutes to rise a little bit. It's also time right now to grate the cheese that we're gonna use for our pizza. Our kids love cheddar, so we will be using cheddar. Now it's Clara's turn to make her own pizza pie. We will also cover it and leave it for 5 minutes to rest. I told you that half of our dough we're putting in freezer bags and we will freeze it. Before we're putting pizza sauce on our pizza pies, I like brushing the dough with a little bit of olive oil. It will prevent the dough to be too soggy from the pizza sauce. And now it's time to put any toppings on your pizza that you like. Look what Clara and Michał are using. We like putting 2 layers of cheese onto our pizza, one straight on the pizza sauce and then again on top. The first layer makes whatever toppings you have not to slide from your pizza when it's already cooked and done. second cheese we are using with our pizza, that's Parmesan Romano blend. We just like a combination of different cheeses. It gives more flavor to the pizza. Our pizzas are ready to be baked. I am baking them in 475 degrees. You can bake them in 450, but don't use any smaller temperature because you will have soggy pizza pie. Our pizza was baked for about 13 minutes and it's done. Now it's time to cut it and serve it while it's still hot. I hope you will enjoy your pizza as much as we do. As you saw before, we froze half of our pizza dough for later. To thaw the pizza dough, just take it out of the freezer, leave it in the fridge overnight, take it out 30 minutes before you're cooking to let it rest. After that, shape it however you like and just bake it. With our pizza dough, probably we will make pizza roll-ups. Our pizza is all gone, so we're finished for today. Please join us for next cooking with Bradley Bear.